Graven Hill in Oxfordshire is the UK's biggest self-build experiment,
Okay, lift it up a little gently, boys.
where plots of land are being sold by Cherwell District Council to budding self-builders so they can realise their hopes and dreams.
This is monumental.
There are now self-built sites across the country. In York, for example,
This is really spectacular.
We're all making it up as we go along.
and in Glasgow in Scotland, where, alongside my co-presenter Natasha Huck, I'll be following the adventures of 4 brave households making their wild ideas real.
Wow, it's amazing to see the grain.
This time we're at Graven Hill,
You got it.
following the fortunes of a father and son team, Tim and Michael.
There are certain jobs that are beyond my capabilities. We're not builders. It doesn't fit. Well, you can take back 30, and Wayne will have to take back 45.
Michael and Maria, a husband and wife team, run a very successful business, hiring out and laying temporary roadways for big film and television productions.
5th or 6th?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that should be fine.
cool. Thank you very much.
Tim, their son, is a key part of it.
I mean, we've done every single Bond films since Pierce Brosnan started. And we've done all the main Star Wars films. I mean, I've been doing it close to 20 years now, and I'm not bored yet.
It's only going to get more interesting for Tim. There's major change coming.
With myself approaching retirement, it's my plan that when I retire, Tim will take over from me and run the business, and I've every confidence that he will do that as well, if not better than me.
There's also change on the horizon in other areas of Tim's life. At the moment, he lives in the Oxfordshire market town of Bicester.
I live here in a one-bedroom flat by myself. It's a nice flat. I've lived here for about 6 years now, but I never thought that I'd live here forever.
So, he's decided to self-build at Graven Hill.
Building this new house, it's sort of growing up, and hopefully one day I'll have a family, have some kids, and obviously in a small flat like this, it's not very practical. I'm looking forward to the next stage of my life.
And he's doing it in style. He's bought a premium plot at Graven Hill, which offers a spectacular countryside view. And Tim's got plans to build something equally spectacular on it.
It's quite an ambitious thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, very ambitious, yeah. I don't like the normal box pitched roof house. If I'm going to live in something for the rest of my life, I feel it's got to be something a bit different, something that might reflect me a bit more.
Run me through the big ticket items.
We've gone for a house with a basement. It's going to be sort of a garage come workshop. I want to put vehicles in there. So because of lack of access, we're using a lift to get down, a bit like a secret layer as such.
Tell me, how much is this glorious whole building going to cost?
I'm hoping between 500 and 600,000.
On what do you base your hope? Costings?
Yeah, general costings. The fact we're doing a lot of it ourselves, so we don't have to pay that extra sort of 20–30% to a contractor. But we're doing it together.
I'm only helping him so he'll put me in a good home when I get old.
Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Have you had much experience of building a house before?
It's the very first time I've ever done something like this, but I'm full of confidence.
People always are at the beginning, of course, yeah.
Tim's pad will be set over 3 floors. The main structure of this complicated building will be made from hollow styrofoam blocks, stacked on top of one another and then filled with concrete to form walls that are strong, airtight and insulated all in one. Large, curved steel beams set at different heights will form 3 stepped roofs to be covered with steel sheets with a standing metal seam. Then the windows will go in, some of which will be curved, to be followed by a mix of white render and timber cladding to finish this slightly Art Deco, eye-catching structure. Inside, At basement level, there'll be the centrepiece of Tim's home, an immaculate workshop where he can pursue his passion for cars and motorbikes. Upstairs, on the ground floor, there'll be 3 ensuite bedrooms. Then up another flight, you'll find the first floor open-plan, double-height, all-in-one living space, including a modern kitchen. A small balcony at the rear will overlook the garden, while at the front of the house will be a large, full-width balcony with views overlooking the countryside beyond. Tim's workshop will serve his passion for cars and bikes, which he currently indulges in an outbuilding at the end of his parents' garden.
The socket wrench.
There you go. I'll start on this side.
Hello.
Hiya, how you doing?
How's your Land Cruiser, gents?
Yeah, it's good. The joys of 1985
I was going to
motoring.
say, that's not bad, really. Are they all your bikes?
2 are mine, 2 are Tim's.
Did you get that together?
We've tried as much as possible. We've gone all around Europe.
Wonderful to do these things together. I mean, you know, as father and son, I think that's kind of a really powerful, significant thing, isn't it, in terms of...
Yeah, it's good fun.
Your father and son, your team,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying,
yeah.
a unit.
Unfortunately, when Tim was sort of a lot younger, I worked away a lot, so I didn't spend much time with him, so we're playing catch-up now.
You'd leave Boxing Day, come back Christmas Eve. I mean, I understand why Dad had to work away, because he had to get money in for a family.
Yeah,
There's no resentment there at all. We had a nice life. I wasn't without food, I wasn't without hot water, anything like that, because he worked. And there was probably stuff going on in the background. It was the 80s, all the mortgage rates were going up and all the payments were going up and things like that, and stuff that I knew nothing about because I was too young.
Yeah.
So this is a chance to reconnect and to build a house for Tim to move his life forward. The day comes when Tim's groundworkers can begin to burrow down and dig out hundreds of tons of earth.
We'll be pretty much the only basement on the estate at the moment, but it's good to be a sort of a pioneer as such.
Oh, it is. And a week later, Graven Hill's first self-built basement is dug out.
That's one big hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised you managed to persuade Graven Hill to allow you to do this. To actually negotiate with Graven Hill's engineers about the width, the proximity to the road, the specification for the piling, you know what I mean? All that stuff. That must have been a real ball ache.
It was back and forth for a few months.
Wow. Must be very exciting. Must feel good about it at the moment, don't you?
Yeah, very good.
And is this as far as you go down now?
Yes, that's
basically
it.
one story.
Basically, yeah. As a garage
Yeah.
and as sort of a workshop. So next to the lamppost, you'll have your garage in, which will have a car lift, which will bring the car down into the basement. And then it'll come down in there, and then you'll have a workshop area there. It'll all be open plan.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you can
One
just
big
drive
space?
in. Yep.
So like an underground car park?
Basically, yeah.
With lots of welding equipment and stuff in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, and some nice benches?
Yeah.
I suppose you can also put your pool table down there and
Yeah.
if you want
use for
do
other
a
things.
little
or-
man cave.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, whatever people do in their basements. I don't like to ask, really.
No.
A month later, the walls for Tim's workshop / man cave are taking shape in the form of the interlocking polystyrene blocks, or insulated concrete formwork as it's called. It's a job that Tim had his eye on.
I originally planned to do the bit from the basement up, all myself, me and my dad, all myself, but unfortunately work stopped that. But I think I'm far less nervous the fact that these guys are doing it rather than me and Dad.
With this super quick system, the walls are built up in days over a light web of reinforcing steel. Then filled with concrete. Tim, meanwhile, is focused on his pride and joy, the car lift. The all-important key to creating his basement workshop, which he's been storing at his workplace for a year, waiting to install it.
Quite a large thing. I mean, the weight of it is a total of about 5 ton. And this is the first thing that me and Dad are actually doing together.
Ah, may it be a moment to remember. So, Tim set off to site. Michael's already there, inspecting the hole that it has to be delicately threaded through.
It's been measured quite precisely. I hope everyone's got their measurements right. The main thing is that we need to get it in place before the rest of the house is built. Otherwise, it would be virtually impossible to lower it into the basement.
Tim arrives with the car lift, so the precarious work of lifting it in can begin.
There you go. So there's only about 30 millimetres of tolerance at either end to actually get it through this gap into the basement.
Towards you a bit. Well, go down. Yeah, oh, about an inch towards you.
It doesn't fit.
Oh, don't say that.
No more work on the house can happen until the car lift goes in.
This has got to go in here today because they want to start building the walls going up to first floor level. So what's the answer?
Oh dear, it's not looking good for Tim's precious car lift. Without it, his beautiful dream for his basement is stuffed. But all is not lost if history is anything to go by.
The world of architecture has, over the millennia, enjoyed its fair share of mysteries. I mean, how, for example, was it possible to dig 2-ton pillars of rock out of the Welsh mountains and then transport them 200 miles to Stonehenge in prehistoric times? How is it that Brunelleschi in the 15th century was able to build the world's largest unsupported dome on Florence Cathedral, and to do so without any scaffolding? And then there was the mystery of Tim's lift. See, I think that is destined to be one of the great mysteries of all time.
The centerpiece of Tim's house is his underground car workshop. To get cars into it, he'll need a lift. But he can't get the lift in.
It doesn't fit.
The people who are building the walls and the steels, they want to get on. So we need to get this in today, really.
But how?
Lower it down so that end drops and it goes under that beam. And then
just with that resting on there?
That's going to go up a lot of speed, that. No one's going to stop it that way.
Yeah, no, if someone's signing something, if they want to start doing, I can't be responsible for just having that resting there. I mean, I'm happy to try anything you want to try, but it's not all going to be on me.
Trouble is, it's either that gap's too small or the car lift's too big, and it needs to go in today.
Then Tim has an idea.
What we're going to have to do is just cut a bit off the thing.
Don't make it sound so easy, mate.
Always. It's always easy.
So they get to work shaving the car lift. But maybe don't...
That'll go. Once it's down there, we can then work on it down in the basement and make it all good, and you wouldn't even know that we'd done anything to it.
This time, it fits.
Yeah, perfect. It's yet to be decided who got the measurements wrong, but we will investigate that and find out.
But what a blessing they got it in. The builders can now start to put up the polystyrene walls above ground, while I inspect Graven Hill's first self-built basement.
It's big.
Size.
My word.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite James Bondish, isn't
Yes.
it? You know.
Yes.
With this.
Yeah. Yes. With the.
Now, this is astonishing.
Yes.
Is it a scissor lift? Does it work like that?
Yes.
And what am I looking at up there then? What's that?
That's the top part of the lift. So it's not quite complete yet. So you'll have these 4 posts connected to the 4 corners, and it will lift it up.
So it's like a sandwich.
Yeah. So
the car in the middle. So it goes up, and when it arrives at the top, it's like a carport because you've got the ground and then a little lid floating on the top of 4 posts.
That's it. Yeah.
Then you drive out.
Yeah. If you have it in the down position, you can still drive on the top of it.
I've never seen one put in. People say, "Oh, I'm going to put one in," and it's one of those things like solar panels. People see it as a luxury, and the moment the budget gets cut, the car lift goes.
Much,
so the basement gets built, but the car lift is never installed. That's just so exciting.
Yeah.
Tim's place will be a landmark building at Graven Hill. No doubt. With the walls now up and filled with concrete, the curved steel beams for his house can now be craned in.
You see most houses everywhere, and they are very angular, and I just wanted to do something a bit different. You know, you see these curved designs in some more modern buildings, but you don't see them much on a house.
Beautiful to look at, and not easy to lift into place. Tim's used to operating a crane as part of his day job.
Yeah, boom out a bit. Boom out a bit. Nose up. You've got to know where the crane needs to be. Got to be very delicate. So you've got to know which control to pull, because if you pull the wrong one, it could go completely wrong in a split second.
There's a real skill involved to operating a crane.
A week later, the curved steel beams are in place. They give the flavour of a building that hails from a different era.
Oh, look at these shapes. The moment you start introducing curves into building, a strong Art Deco or postmodern flavour to it, which gives it a real identity. The 1930s has landed at Graven Hill. It's the only building here, and probably will remain the only building here. Looks like a chunk of American skyscraper. We could be on the top floor of the Chrysler building. It's heroic. I do like it where they meet.
It's good, isn't it?
It's very good.
I think the window people don't really like it, but there you go.
I bet they don't.
They'll get over it.
Are they promising you leaks?
Nothing a bit of seal it won't fix.
Very cool. And you're going to be underneath these shapes. I mean, you know, with them all expressed, it's going to be quite something else.
The plan is when it's finished that the bottom of the beams will be on show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something a bit different.
You're going to have to come up with a phrase other than something a bit different. Yeah? When people start talking to you about this. It's a bit more different to a bit different. You know what I mean? When I saw the drawings of this, I did think bizarre. And when I'm in the space now, underneath them, I think to myself just how beautiful this feels.
Now, the complex and difficult process of building out the roof timber for these curved shapes can begin. And Tim and Michael are doing it by themselves.
Okay, push towards me.
They've never done roofing before.
Okay, you're on.
Are you enjoying it, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right so far.
Loving it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gives you a chance to put your harnesses on.
Yeah,
you know.
but it looks semi-professional.
Yeah, it'd look better if they weren't brand new harnesses.
Yeah.
It looks like we might know what we're doing,
Yeah.
which we don't.
But this is sort of out of our depth. Give me a field to put temporary roadway in. Yeah, easy.
We're eccentric, the fact that we're actually up here doing this.
Yeah.
And not just getting a contractor in and then at the end of it pat ourselves on the back, or look what we built.
You're really having a go.
More than that, they're doing it together.
If I had had a chance to work with my dad on a project, I would have probably, in later years as a groundman, I would have seized it. And only is it now, with him not here, that I really, really lament that. You're very lucky to be working together. I would really enjoy that.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
He's a nice lad, but don't tell him that. I said it.
Oh, shucks.
I'm making up for lost time.
I can't imagine anything else than working with my family. I love
That's
it.
an
It's
amazing
good.
thing to say.
Yeah, I love it. I just have a good laugh with them.
Don't you want to go off and do something on your own? Oh, go on.
For now, this is a project for enjoying time together.
Don't need to hold that one.
Not really.
And so the father-son bonding and fiddly roofing begins.
I can't.
Yeah, 42.5.
Tim and Michael start by building up the timber support structure for it.
It's great that at the end of all this, I'll have the satisfaction that me and Dad were a big part of this.
I'm not saying we can do everything, but we can do what we can do.
Mostly it's just the two of them, but for some jobs they need to bring in a friend like Alex, who's fixing the plywood for the roof, while Tim and Michael hold it in place.
Probably do with it coming over to me a little bit.
You have to get the angle right so it'll fit properly.
Oh, shit.
Three weeks later, and the temperatures dropped. Rain is forecast, but after so much intensive work, Tim and Michael are close to finishing. They're putting on a waterproof breather membrane and taping the joints.
Glad that was done. Hopefully we'll be that a bit closer to being in the dry.
It'll keep 95% of the water out, which is what we're trying to achieve.
I hope so. The great test of Tim and Michael's roof comes a week later, as the heavens open at Ravenhill. But there's a major problem. Water is pouring into the building.
I put the fabric the wrong way round, so when it's this way round, the water, as it flows down, will get underneath these joins, and that's what's happening. Whereas if we do it the other way and overlap it, because water doesn't run uphill, you've got a lot better chance of getting it watertight. It's getting in between the joins and leaking.
The water ingress has soaked the plywood through completely, damaging it.
Now, I have nothing but admiration for Tim and Michael. You know, what they're doing is so absolutely hardcore. They are dyed-in-the-wool, boots in the mud, self-builders. Absolute kudos to them. But this problem with the roof is so serious, and it has thrown them so much that I had to say, if I were them, I would now be thinking about stopping, maybe winding back. Maybe even starting again.
At Gravenhill, Tim and Michael have brought in a professional builder, Rick, and his team to take over the work. They've removed the old membrane, fitted new plywood, and are now protecting it.
We've basically pulled it all off. Some of the detailing has been a bit hit and miss, and some of the work we've had to redo slightly on the ply and things and cover it with plastic now. So this is a cheaper way to keep it in the dry short term, and then we get it done properly.
It's a shame that some of the work we've done is now having to be taken back and redone, but hey, yeah. I'd rather it was built properly.
Yes. And as much of this set you back, given the fact that you're having to readdress the roof skin?
I would say probably set us back 6 weeks.
OK. And you've lost time having to go backwards and then forwards again. But there's something else here too. You and Tim did this together.
Yeah.
How do you measure that? Because that's a kind of sweetening experience, isn't it?
Yeah, we enjoyed the experience of doing it. It would have been nice if we'd have done it properly. But,
No matter, it's being done properly now. And the curved standing seam steel roof is being fitted beautifully. Tim's builder, Rick, meanwhile, has turned his focus to the windows. Unusually, he's been asked to measure them himself.
Normally the window company come out and do a survey, but they've asked us to do some measurements because we've got unusual curved elements of it, so we'd like them to come and do it.
But they don't. Instead, they keep asking for more and more details. Weeks, then months go by. Frustrated, Tim and Michael take to their bikes to blow off steam.
Unbelievable. They're really, really nice, top quality windows, but by God, they fuck about. Absolute, never seen anything like it in my life. You know, we'll go out and look at a job, measure it, we'll do the drawings, we'll do the health and safety pack, then we go and do the job. They just, I've never seen anything like it, to be honest.
The windows really have been the biggest drama.
5 months after Tim's builder first measured the windows, the window company do finally come to take measurements. But still, work doesn't progress.
How are you both? Slowly cracking on?
Slowly cracking up as well, I think. It's been a bit of a drama getting sort of the windows sorted. It's not the best. It's been the biggest ball of stress at the moment for it. So.
The root of the problem is these pieces of curved glass inside.
So there's only 2 bits of curved glass that's causing the problem.
The worst one being the one on this side, because the glass just curves around all the way down to the top of the door.
They're fretting about alignment, are they? You know.
I think so, yeah. And how they're going to support the glass, and they fret about a lot.
Curving a frame, all that, yeah.
That's the problem with designing a house that uses curves. Everybody has to think slightly outside the box.
But without the glass in, very little of the space upstairs can be fitted out because of the risk of water coming in. It's frustrating for Tim and his builder.
Stop work, wait for the windows. Nobody wants that to happen. Tim doesn't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. You have to rehome people, find new work. We've already got enough work for next year. It's going to be so busy. So we're literally trying to pick off everything we can to be in the best position we can do for completion.
So, they can only work on the rooms without windows, like the bathrooms and the basement.
Wherever you look, there is stuff going on here which defies expectation. You might think that these bits of plywood are some kind of, Star Wars decoration? But each of these is a template, and they are all different. And what these templates are for is for shaping the plywood pieces that go against the ceiling. This is a jig. Now, it's probably not for here, so it won't fit this one perfectly. But you can see these jigs are allowing the joiner to profile and cut this entire fitted plywood interior to neatly dovetail against the steelwork above. And this is an incredibly industrial interior, and yet at the same time, it has all the finesse and craftsmanship of an 18th century panelled drawing room.
Fine panelling apart, there is still a huge amount to do here, and elsewhere in the house.
Well, given the history of the glazing on this project, looking at it now, thinking about it, with a fair wind and some luck, there's not a hope in hell of it getting glazed anytime soon at all, is there? But then you see, I don't think that matters, because when it is fully furnished, decorated, finished, the basement on this house is going to be absolutely something else. It's going to be a cave of wonders.
"4 months later, I return.
Well, I'm driving towards Tim and Michael's project with a song in my heart. Not because the house is finished, because I know it isn't, but because I know that whatever they've done will be exciting.
Without any windows in, work on the outside hasn't progressed, although Tim has now appointed a new window company. Nevertheless, I'm more interested in what lies beneath, the area without windows that they have been able to finish.
This is the portal to the Cave of Wonders. And it's beautiful. It's like a sort of polished brick cell. Most people's garages are just grey concrete volumes. This is rather special. I want to experience the powerful energy of this transformative conveyance that's going to take me to another world, the world of Tim's basement, if I can find the button. That's got to be it. That's smooth. And the world beneath comes into view.
And what a world this is. Tim and Michael have crafted a workshop like nothing I've ever seen. Fine joinery walls, patterned industrial floor tiles make this space as warm and inviting as any living room.
Hello, you two.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah. It's a slow entry, admittedly, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to jump off.
Jump off.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
And you. What an indulgent, wonderful way to arrive. It's really good.
Yeah.
What you've done here is integrate your hobby, your passion, actually, into the building to the extent that it becomes almost the core of the building.
I mean, most people turn basements into cinema rooms, lounges, or bedrooms, or something like that. I reckon that I'll probably be down here in the evenings. I'll spend time with friends upstairs on the balcony, but down here, this will be what I'll do in the evenings.
Tinkering.
Yeah.
This is plywood, isn't it?
Yes.
This is exquisitely done. It's been mitered, because I can't feel a rough edge. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the carpenter did an absolutely amazing job. He's so meticulous.
You could have taken a much more rough and ready approach with the workshop. So why do all this?
Basically, I'd like to work in a nice environment. The small things like that mitre thing, like the fact that the lift here is level with the floor. It's to make things looking nicer and to make life easier.
Yeah. Now, this is something that I noticed hasn't been so apparently necessary to you in your workshop.
Oh, that is a real mishmash.
But is that how you like it? Or would you have liked to have built this?
To be honest, I've never known anything else, and now I've seen this. I want this.
You've had a taste of paradise.
Yeah.
Everywhere is immaculate. The area they're using for tool storage is as organised as any I've seen.
This is as beautiful as any kitchen.
Yeah.
What's the action on the drawers like?
Lovely.
Oh, and look, the cutlery tray. It's beautifully furnished. Have you used much of this stuff?
I've used bits and pieces, sort of at work and stuff.
Oh, vernier gauges.
I thought new workshop, new tools.
How exquisite this all is. This excites me far more than any set of kitchen utensils, you know.
Upstairs is still a work in progress, but among the wires, pipes and chaos of building, there are remarkable surprises.
And what's in there?
It's our main bathroom.
It's a bathroom showroom. It's completely done.
Yeah.
All tiled.
Because it's got no windows, we're able to do this one room.
Because it hasn't got any windows, therefore hasn't been delayed by the window supplier.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for finishing it, because it gives me a glimpse of the future of the house.
Yeah.
There you go, a bit of time travel.
There are hints of what's to come upstairs, too, in the living room, now plasterboarded out. The great curved walls and ceilings speak of Tim and Michael's relationship and collaboration. This just demands admiration.
Well, what a roller coaster of a project this has been. And it hasn't finished yet. It's also been a great privilege, great pleasure to get to know Tim and Michael as well. Do you know, here at Graven Hill, there are so many ways of getting a home. You can buy one, you can rent one, you can work with a social housing provider, you could buy a kit form house or a custom-built house from a firm in Poland, or you could actually go the whole hog and do a proper traditional self-build like this. And how do you know what a self-build looks like? Well, I'll tell you. A self-build is idiosyncratic, it is adventurous, and it is usually unfinished.
At Graven Hill, there are many projects just like Tim's, which seemed hopelessly stuck at a certain point, but then managed to find a way through and deliver all the beauty and joy they promised. They are harder won, but that makes them the most special projects of all. Graven Hill is a magical place. It brims with human energy, the energy of people trying to achieve something special.
You know what this place represents, don't you? Ambition. That powerful drive to express yourself, to make a mark on the planet, to do something incredibly positive and tangible, to make something of quality, and that's what everybody here has done. Every individual and household here has taken their own hard-earned money and with it constructed not just their own dream, but alongside it, a community. And for some people, of course, that comes relatively easily. For others, it can be a real slog.
Carlos and Mighty overcame difficult money problems to build a remarkable Spanish-inspired home.
We're going on this journey knowing that we're not going to be able to finish the house.
But finish they did.
Wow, it's great.
John and Julia had to battle ill health.
He's had a couple of funny episodes with his heart.
But they managed to achieve their architectural pointy vision.
That's really, really nice.
But sometimes it's the small obstacles that create the biggest problems. Jatinder, who had ambitions to build a Hollywood-style home at Graven Hill, couldn't finish because he couldn't pour his resin floor.
I've hit the iceberg. I can't do anything else. It's not dependent on anything now. It is black and white. It really is. Got to wait. Nothing else we can do.
Almost a year later, I've come back to see his house finished.
Well, what a powerful building that is. Sandwiched into the terrace here. It's cool. Controlled. I'd expect nothing less from Jatinder.
Hollywood has arrived at Graven Hill. Glamorous, geometric, and glorious. There are balconies and great glass windows to drink in views, sunshades to protect you as you sip martinis. It is extraordinary.
Hello, Jatinder.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Well, I'm very well. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
Good,
really well.
Good. You look, smart, as does your very crisp house. Super graphic. That is particularly well detailed, and it's got huge presence too, because it's dark. It's got mass, you know? The shadows from the overhangs gives it depth too. You pleased?
Very pleased. Very pleased.
The inside is completely magical. You glide over that smooth poured resin floor, up beautifully crafted stairs.
Up the wooden hill. This is also good. It drops down from right at the top.
Yeah, it's 5.1 metres.
Architecturally, one of the loveliest things in this building is this window, because it just reaches out and grabs that landscape at a point where you don't expect to find it, you know?
Absolutely.
Whoa! Oh, heavens.
The best bit for me is the first floor open plan living room and kitchen.
This is something else. This is monolithic. I don't know, what is this?
It's a man-made product, basically, that you can't scratch or stain.
Oh, this is like this kind of weird, like it's made from stone, but it's reconstituted as stone, but with like a porcelain kind of toughness to it.
Absolutely, and it really does. You can hear.
Oh, it even sounds like metal.
It's a great sound, and it's a great feel and touch.
Are you a good cook?
No. I did not need 3 ovens, because I live alone. But I knew if I didn't get a 3rd oven, it would actually affect the aesthetics walking up the stairs. And give me... so, just for that, you know.
So, what's your role play here? Stood behind your hob. Are you the master of your kitchen? Are you... would you share that role?
I can show you exactly the technique, if that's OK with you.
Yeah.
So, my technique is saying to people, please, have a seat, enjoy.
I will.
And that goes, you ready to eat?
Yeah.
That's fantastic, and just pull it out the oven. And here's one I made earlier. I'm done.
I love the theatricality of the experience. It's true, though, that most cooks' kitchens are very unprepossessing. They don't look like this, I'm afraid. This is a power kitchen. This is a photograph of you. I mean, you look extraordinarily kind of in control of your domain.
Fake it too.
And I feel like a minion. You look very good in your own home.
You know, actually, I built the whole house to make me look good.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Theatrics aren't confined to the kitchen. They're everywhere in this house. All over, Jitinder's installed a lighting system that can change the mood of every room. Moods that range from relaxation to party.
There we go. So what we have here is my disco. It's a sequence of lights. It's turned the dining room on at a lower intensity. The bar and the strip lighting come on the top.
I love the fact it's a minimal disco because all the lighting is white.
Absolutely.
Weird. I like it. Upstairs, you walk through an open-plan office area through to Jitinder's finely crafted master bedroom. But something's missing.
It's a very perfect room. Tell me, why no headboard?
The thing with the headboards is I could take them or leave them, to be honest truth. You know, I'm kind of indifferent to them.
What's wrong with a headboard?
Nothing wrong with the headboard, but, you know, what I've done as well, I've actually built one in. This is the same design in all bedrooms. So what we have is a pull-out headboard.
Okay, kind of slightly odd angle. No,
Yeah.
but,
Oh, there we go. Let's try that one again.
Jitinder, that's not straight.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You fitted this extraordinary technology to all of the beds, have you?
Absolutely. The whole house has them.
Great.
But don't be fooled by wonky headboards. This is otherwise a supremely well-made home, jam-packed with clever craftsmanship.
So, this very beautiful, elegantly glazed staircase is full of deception. Look, you see, it appears that the glass is kind of held captive by these great blocks. These blocks actually have a little bit of extra timber placed on the end of them, and that is holding the glass and all the fixings for the glass. It's all hidden inside, hidden behind this cover strip. Clever, that. Secondly, though, this piece of steel running down here is so elegant. It's so straightforward and simple, but it's doing a huge job winding its way up through the building. It has to look beautiful because it's being seen from below as well from above. It's really naughty.
And like everything else in this house, a joy to walk up and experience. It couldn't be more different to the small flat that Jitinder previously lived in for 26 years.
I want to know how you've changed. I want to know how the building has changed you since you moved in compared to where you were living before. Are you still getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go running and walking? And
I'd like to say yes, but the answer is no. Not yet. I think I'm enjoying the fact of the downtime.
So the building is so relaxing, it's made you less healthy?
Basically, yes.
Yeah. So the sort of rigorous mantra, the kind of tight routines of life have relaxed a bit?
They have relaxed a bit.
Jitinder lived on his own in Reading with no community around him. Here, it's a different world.
I know more people at Graven Hill that I knew locally in Reading, and that has been fantastic. I never had that before.
Yeah.
I was getting concerned a little bit that I would become this
hermit old man and, you know, surrounded by cats and somebody would pick up my body 6 weeks after I died kind of thing. I don't think it's going to happen here. I think around here as well, you've also got people with the right attitude, because if you're going to build your own house, you have to be of a certain mindset. And it's lovely to be surrounded by people with a very, very similar mindset.
Jatinder is more rigorous than most. He's a man driven by the relentless pursuit of perfection in pretty well every aspect of his life.
If the devil is in the detail, then, as Mies van der Rohe said, God is also in the detail. And if you want a superhuman level of finish in your building, if you want it to appear godlike and perfect, then you need to be prepared to put in a superhuman level of effort and energy. And Jatinder has managed to achieve that. He's done it. And boy, was it worth the wait.